What do you think when you look at that? These are beautiful um, scrapbook papers, all metallic. I just wanted to show you that I think it looks super cool that if you can get some papers for this project, that would be great. Even if, Miss Kay, I'm going to go get some of those. Other things you can be using to cut out is maybe this is my backyard flowers. Maybe you're going to use a photo. Maybe you got some foil, all right? Maybe we're going to be making little spheres, little metal balls, okay? And then maybe you will glue them on, or maybe you won't glue them on, all right? I'm just showing you these abstract things. Remember last year, Miss Kay gave you some shapes? I have no problem. Get them out of that blue bag and stick one on every piece of your little shape paper. All right, now if you're going to do the box way, you'll only do one side. But if you're doing the mobile way, you could glue this on the back. All right, so you've got this on the front and this on the back, okay? And again, we're unifying the whole hallway by all of us doing these organic shapes, and then you colored them, or you added like a line of color, just made it interesting but abstract, so there's no stress, okay? I was thinking that if you are doing the mobile, all right, you could take any kinds of, you could even go outside and get some twigs, all right? And if you don't have string, how many of you have been put in a room with a bunch of paper clips and you figure out just connecting the two? There's a string, all right? So you can, now you'll have to tape it, I think. Oh no, you wouldn't, well, with mine I don't have to. Oh, but wait a minute, I have two. I did that wrong. All right, so this is a little hard for me because I don't know which project you're working on, so I do apologize if you're like, Miss Kay, we don't need that. But this is a found object, and you could dangle it from your box if you wanted to, all right? Or a paper clip, a safety pin, and then the foil you could decorate. So I have scissors here today. I have glue sticks here today. Now, this is danger, run this by mom. But if you have some old cords, we are a technical world. And if you have something that you don't use anymore, like it's the outlet prong doesn't match whatever you need, then you could use this as string. Only if you go up to mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, are you going to need this? Do we need this? And if it's like, usually you can tell it's in the basement, it's in a box, and they're all wrapped up really nice. So if you've got a basement, go see if there's a bunch of this, and chances are, don't use the stuff upstairs in the house, because that's probably being used. But the stuff in the basement that hasn't been seen in years, or the attic, now you're talking, okay? All right, so that would be good for the mobile project, all right? And so I've got all these negative space leftover paper, and it does sort of look like a collage. If you've got a lot of leftover paper, you might figure out a way to make it look like, that does look like a pile of trash, let's be honest. But if you can make it look like something, on Friday I am not going to be here, so I invite you to take up my challenge. Now don't you worry, you might, oh man, we're not going to get our Blooket. Nope, we are going to get our Blooket on Monday. And I've already let Mr. Lake know, and he's fine with it. So yay! Okay. Now maybe you need words. So if you can find words through your magazine and you're going to glue it down, all right? This is so open, it's like hard for me to start this. So I don't really want to start mine. I'm going to show you what I do. Again, friends, let's do this. Let's do this. So Mr. Lake wants us teachers to use a rubric to grade our art, okay? Ms. K has a rubric right here on your screen, and all it is what it is I'm talking about, a 3, a 2, or a 1. Some teachers have 4, 3, 2, 1, okay? You definitely don't want a number 1, needs improvement. You really don't want a number 2. You really are trying to get all 3s. So if you don't like reading a lot, just read the number 3s and do your best to try to get that done. So let's read what the criteria is for our final found object project. Once glued, aim for only 3s for a good grade. Make sure you read all 4 sections. So here's 1 section, here's 2 sections, here's 3 sections, here's 4 sections. All right, so let's take a look. Now, if the directions are a little different in this video and you do exactly what's in the video, then you're going to get full credit. Here's how to make a mobile, all right, if you are going the mobile way. Found objects, box, or hanger. And after I heard about the sticks, so instead of hangers, I noticed a lot of people may or may not have hangers. So go outside and get yourself 4 12-inch sticks. You can always cut them, but the directions, let's just go ahead and click on here. See, they're using just twigs, okay? And then they're dangling their organic shapes. So when it's done, that looks pretty nice, huh? All right. And you can just use a paper clip to poke the hole into it, but make sure that when you poke the hole, it is as far away from the edge as possible. All right. So that might be, and Miss K just basically had you make all these shapes. So if you're going to go the stick way, by all means, go the stick way. All right. Ms. K is going to head back, my bad, to Schoology so we can look at that rubric. All right. All right. So the rubric is found object, box or hanger, or sticks. Okay. Found object, box, or sticks. Student found a box or hanger and clearly transformed it into a creative and original 3D art for the assignment. Okay? So the bottom line is, do you have a box? Here's Miss K's box. If you can grab it and say, yep. Or you got some sticks or twigs. I think they got 4 in the picture. All right? So Miss K would have to go outside and get another one. Or, and if you don't have string, you would use the paper clips, okay? And let's just read through, I think we got time. A 2 says, student found a box or created 3D artwork for the assignment, but transformation lacks originality, okay? So maybe, I don't know, something was off on it. So just know that. Did not find a box, a hanger, or sticks, so we've got some trouble. I'm trying to make it different enough so that everybody can participate and bring their art October 21st. All right, the next part of the rubric has to do with painting or the construction paper application. So your box or your hanger or your sticks are neatly painted or completely covered with construction paper, glued smoothly, showing excellent craftsmanship like Joseph Cornell. And really the paint is for the Joseph Cornell one. We didn't want a brown ugly box, right? But if you have a dowel rod that's all beautifully all the same, okay, or you want to keep it looking natural, you can keep the twig. If you have paint, please color the sticks or twigs. Box or hanger is painted, but neatness is inconsistent. Okay, so maybe, unfortunately, maybe you ran out of paint and you just left it half and half instead of going and getting some more, or just combining two colors. That's fine. Or the three for number one, minimal or sloppy paint or construction paper application. Box or hanger likes neatness or completeness. Okay, so just make sure it's done. Now, if you go to Goodwill and you get yourself the little spice rack and dump out everything out of the spices and have the little rack, that is honestly the nicest looking and the most fun, because all you have to do is fill it with stuff. Like, walk around your house and maybe one of them will be filled with paper clips. And then another one, you could take one of these shapes that we made today, stuff it in there, okay? So that would be fun. And then you could glue some of these other things on the side that we've already made today, Tuesday. All right. If you have a magazine or book, to glue in the box and use cardboard to make the images closer in the box. Definitely use that with your main thing. Like, he had the bird. Remember, he was a night owl, so he had an owl, and he put a little piece of construction paper behind it. Or not construction paper. Miss Kay's tired, I'm sorry. A piece of cardboard to make that come out at you. This bird looks like it's like 3D. It's like in your face. Okay. And then this doesn't make any sense. It's not supposed to. All right. This project is not supposed to make sense. And so we're looking at Joseph Cornell's box, and he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I don't know if I counted that little tree stump. I don't even know what that is, and that's fine. So we've got 6 things, and then there's newspaper or magazine words that he glued on the inside. I realized we painted our inside, okay? And so if you already painted it and you don't need to glue anything back there, that's fine, okay? You can just stick your stuff in. But you could, on the left and the right, take a photo. Maybe you got the same photo and put it on the inside of your box. I don't have my, oh, I do have my light. All right, so you can see what I'm talking about here. All right, so you could use photos to glue inside of the side of your box, or you could be using these. All right, I mainly had you make these if you don't have anything, if you're not allowed to go pick up trash or whatever. So we made something. All right, let's keep it going with the rubric. Criteria: found objects, quality, and balance. Okay, so when you're gluing stuff in, did you balance it out? If you glued something on the left side, did you make sure you glued something on the right side? So let me go ahead and show you that. All right. So let's say I've got the 2 that look like this. Hold on. All right. If you're gluing these on, and remember, I want to see it, but it's going to be sort of hard to share with me. You could put this one on the left top if you already have your box full. If you don't have your box full, you're going to put it on the inside so you have something to use, okay? And then the one that matches, you're going to go you're going to go up, left, down, right. If it's on the outside, up, left, outside, down, right, outside. Okay? Sometimes you would think, no, Ms. K, I want to make it symmetrical. I want it same on both sides. All right? I suppose that would be okay. All right? Then you'll take your next shape, the one that's colored in. All right? And you'll either go down, left, and you can make them angled, and then up, right, all right. Or again, you could use these. Maybe you're going to take your paper clip and make it, whoops. You can poke a hole with the paper clip. All right, so now it's dangling, and you can either use this for your stick, sorry, or you can use it, you could dangle it from your box. All right, you're the artist, you decide. I realize this really isn't like Joseph Cornell, but why not? We can combine the two. All right, so there it's dangling. Okay, if you think that doesn't look good, then just take it off and glue it on the outside. I think it looks better on the outside, but who knows. Now the fact that I used yellow and black, it's contrast. Okay, just like light light next to dark dark is contrast. All right, so again, friends, this can count as a found object if you don't have found objects. Okay, if you got, and this would count as a found object, just a little piece of foil ball. All right, but I need something 3D. So tomorrow we're going to be drawing a person in foil. So just know that. We'll stick them in the box. We'll hang them from the string. Maybe we'll do more than one. All right, here we go. Found objects, quality and balance. 7 to 10 found objects are thoughtfully balanced inside the box or attached to strings in a mobile or a hanger, showing creativity like Alexander Calder or Joseph Cornell. I felt bad because I didn't write Joseph there. So we want to make sure they're balanced. And again, friends, Ms. K just showed you. If you glue something on the left, glue something on the right, either inside or outside. All right, you could also, this would be considered balance. All right, bottom right, no, top right, bottom left. Okay, that would be balanced. And then the last one you guys are probably going to stress out about, but if you're artists, I guarantee you're going to do this just because you want it to look nice. Understanding the design principles, choose two. So remember, friends, the principles of design are contrast, pattern. Do we have a pattern going on here? Yes, we do. We made repeated things. Do we have unity going on here? Yes, the whole art show is now going to be unified because Miss K had you make organic shapes. Okay, so variety means one of a kind. I asked you to do that assignment on Friday, this Friday, and try it out. You need paper and see if you can do it. If you can't and you get frustrated, get up, walk away. It's okay. But I just want you to try the challenge. That's all I'm saying. Watch the video, try it. I think it's with Post-it notes. And if you can't, then okay. Just take a picture of your mess that you made, and I'll give you the points, okay? I just want to see that you tried it for that 100 points, okay? Again, friends, don't forget you can use the little shapes that's in your blue bag from last year. those shapes could be good for pattern. Those shapes could be good for, let's look, balance, contrast, we already talked about that, movement. All right, again, friends, it's not that hard. Starting something, like if I show you, make something, like if I glue something up at the top, and we are just making it look like it's meandering back and forth like in a wavy line, like one goes this way, one goes this way, one goes this way, one goes this way. Your eye is moving down the side of the box. But Miss K, I made these and this is all I have. Okay, so make it inside your box. Maybe make it go left and then glue it right, and then glue it left again and then right again, so it looks wavy. Now remember, friends, you only have to choose two. I'm just explaining how you could use each of these. And then proportion is size, okay? So I told you make one small, make one large. Maybe I told you to do it like this, all right? And then if you choose to do that with your box, the small things are the farthest away, okay? So let me show you how I'm going to do that, since I have some glue stick, and then we're going to be done with this video. Okay, this is my smallest shape. I'm going to put a little glue on it. I'm going to put it in my box. I'm going to put it towards the top. Looks like a little cloud in there. I'm going to turn this on just so you can sort of see what I'm doing. All right, next, my biggest shape I'm going to save for last. Then we've got these medium-sized shapes, right? I'm going to put some glue on the back of my medium-sized shape. I am going to, if I put that on the left, I'm going to put this on the right. All right? And then it's going to meander and go back. So now I'm going to use my big shape. Let's see. I think I'm going to use this one. All right. And so you can tell proportion. At the top, it's in the background. Okay. A little shape. In the middle is the medium-sized shape. And then glued right here on the edge, okay, is the large foreground shape. And that has to do with space. And it just shows proportion. But maybe you'll have to glue it on the side because it doesn't want to stay. All right, and this is when maybe Miss K has to get her glue gun out. All right. So, oh, wait. There we go. I glued it on the side. All right, so let me back this thing out of there. So background, middle ground, foreground. I'm just showing you each one of these right here so you understand this would be like proportions. So I've got 3 shapes in there, okay? All right. I hope, friends, and again, if you're like completely lost, confused, if you got those shapes and just want to paint them all in a box and be like Tiff Massey, remember the hair wig thing, or Louise Nevelson, that's this video right here. Or you can watch or look at the article. If you're better with paper, like just step by step, you can read it. If you need a video, you could do this one. Okay, I'm trying to make sure you guys got a little bit of everything and that you enjoy yourself. If you originally had a plan and I'm messing it all up and it's really good and you know who you are, you're doing a great job, and Miss K doesn't know that you're doing a great job, okay? Keep going, but maybe just glue these things on the outside of your box so it does unify with the rest of the school. And then do your own thing with the rest, okay? Even if it's a little different than the rubric, it's so hard, friends, to give you a rubric when so many people are doing separate things. So just tell me. And if you have the chance to use the glitter pretty papers, please do. All right. I will be showing you how to make a foil man tomorrow. And then tomorrow is Wednesday. And then Thursday, I'm going to show you how to put this together if you want to make the mobile. All right. I don't want to glue them all down yet because I'm scared you'll think, oh, Miss Kay, you're doing something wrong. So, like I said, I should not have had you do all these different kinds of projects, but live and learn, right? Miss Kay is still learning. The bottom end of the story is I just want you to have fun. So take something and roll with it. Any questions, take a picture of it, send it to me in the private chat and say, Miss Kay, how's this looking? I don't know what to do. You keep changing it. Okay? Love you. Thank you for being here. Oh, I hope this records. Bye-bye.